Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Top Tech Gossip with Sana. I'm your host, Sana, and today we're diving deep into one of the most transformative elements of modern AI: serverless inferencing. If you're tired of watching loading circles when your model takes forever to respond, or paying for idle GPUs you never fully use, this episode is for you. We're going to uncover how Cyfuture.ai is redefining speed, efficiency, and scale with its serverless inferencing engine. And joining us, as always, is our go-to tech expert, Sam, technical lead for AI/ML at Cyfuture.ai. Great to have you back, Sam.
Hey Sana, thanks for having me again. I'm really excited to talk about serverless inferencing today because it's not just a minor upgrade. It's a complete paradigm shift for how AI applications run in real time.
That sounds impressive already. Let's start from the basics. Traditionally, AI inferencing has relied on dedicated servers and often required over-provisioning of GPUs to handle traffic spikes. Could you walk us through what serverless inferencing actually means in the context of Cyfuture.ai?
Absolutely. In a conventional AI setup, you have dedicated resources, GPUs, or even whole clusters, sitting idle until a request comes in. That's inefficient because you're paying for compute power that isn't used continuously. Serverless inferencing, on the other hand, is about dynamic resource allocation. With Cyfuture.ai, your model only consumes GPU time when it's actively processing a request. Imagine it like a high-speed sports car that only revs up when you press the pedal. With our solution, when a user query hits your application, the system instantly spins up the necessary compute across thousands of GPUs if needed, and then scales back down when it's done. This means no wasted cycles, ultra-fast response times, and a cost structure that only charges you for what you actually use.
That's a game changer. It sounds like you're not only reducing response times, but also significantly cutting operational costs. Can you share some real-world examples of how this affects performance?
Certainly, consider a scenario like real-time fraud detection. Traditional setups might struggle during peak times when transactions spike, but with serverless inferencing, our system scales automatically. We have seen implementations where response times are up to 10 times faster than legacy systems. In live tests, latency drops to mere milliseconds, which is critical when every fraction of a second counts in preventing fraud. Another example is customer support. Chatbots powered by AI typically suffer from delays because they're running on static resources. With serverless inferencing, the experience is seamless. Customers get near instant responses, leading to higher satisfaction and increased engagement.
It's like having your AI ready to respond faster than you can blink. But what about the technical side? How do you ensure such performance and reliability, especially when scaling to thousands of GPUs?
Great question, Sana. Our solution is built on cutting-edge orchestration and load balancing algorithms that distribute requests across available GPUs in real time. We use a serverless architecture that leverages containerization technologies. Think Docker integrated with Kubernetes, but highly optimized for AI workloads. When a request comes in, our system dynamically provisions compute instances, seamlessly scaling them up or down based on the current load. This auto-scaling mechanism is built on top of our proprietary GPU scheduling software, which minimizes startup delays and ensures that resources are assigned with precision. Moreover, we guarantee 99.999% availability across regions, which means that your inference requests are not only fast but also extremely reliable. These features are crucial for enterprises that depend on real-time data processing.
That availability metric is impressive, and it really speaks to the reliability of the system. I imagine this kind of setup could be a huge boon for companies that operate in critical sectors like healthcare, finance, and e-commerce.
Exactly. In healthcare, for instance, imagine a scenario where an AI model must analyze medical images or patient data instantly to alert doctors of critical conditions. Serverless inferencing can provide that rapid response while ensuring that the compute resources adjust dynamically to the workload. In finance, it means real-time risk analysis, where market conditions can change in milliseconds, and our platform scales to analyze those shifts as they happen. In e-commerce, faster inferencing means personalized recommendations and improved customer interactions, everything happening in near real time.
It's clear that the benefits span a vast array of industries. Now let's talk numbers a bit. We've heard that with Cyfuture.ai, some production pipelines see performance improvements up to 10 times faster compared to traditional systems. Can you explain what that translates to in practical terms?
Sure. Let's say that a legacy system takes 500 milliseconds to generate a response from an AI model. With our serverless inferencing, that time can drop to 50 milliseconds or less. For end users, that's the difference between a laggy interaction and a fluid, conversational experience. And when you consider high-volume applications, where tens of thousands of queries are processed every second, the cumulative effect is monumental. Faster responses mean better user retention, more transactions processed per second, and, ultimately, significant cost savings.
I love how it's not just about speed, but how that speed translates into real world value. Sam, earlier you mentioned that users only pay for what they use. How does that pricing model work with serverless inferencing?
The beauty of our model is its pay-as-you-go design. Since you're not maintaining a fleet of dedicated GPUs waiting to be activated, you only incur costs when the system actually processes a request. This eliminates the sunk cost of underutilized infrastructure. Plus, our dynamic scaling means that during high-demand periods, you won't be penalized for resource usage. They scale naturally. It's an economically efficient model that aligns costs directly with actual usage.
That makes it a smart solution for startups and large enterprises alike. It democratizes access to high performance AI without requiring massive upfront investments.
Exactly. The economic model is as revolutionary as the technology. By lowering the barrier to entry, even smaller companies can now leverage advanced AI inferencing without huge capital expenditure.
What about the future? Where do you see serverless inferencing heading, especially as AI models become even more complex?
I believe we're just scratching the surface. As AI models evolve to incorporate more parameters, multimodal data, and real-world interactions, the need for responsive, scalable inferencing becomes even more critical. Our vision at Cyfuture.ai is to build an ecosystem where AI applications can seamlessly integrate complex models without worrying about the underlying infrastructure. In the coming years, we aim to refine our orchestration algorithms even further, reduce latencies even more, and ensure that the system can handle exponential increases in load, all while keeping costs predictable and sustainable.
It sounds like an exciting journey ahead, one that's set to redefine how businesses interact with AI on a global scale. Thank you so much for the deep dive today, Sam.
Thank you, Sana. I'm thrilled to be a part of this conversation and to see how serverless inferencing is shaping the future of real-time AI applications.
And thank you to all our listeners for tuning in to this episode of Top Tech Gossip with Sana. If you're ready for AI that's as smart as it is fast, keep an eye on Cyfuture.ai. You're in for a transformative ride. Until next time, keep innovating, stay curious, and remember, the future of AI is now.